Hello friends, today is 7th of June and I would like to share a strategy with you. This is an intraday strategy and basis the strategy we take an input almost on the first candle on most days and stop losses are rarely hit. So we call it the Kaizen strategy. I'll first explain the strategy to you and then I will show this live on the charts. We draw three lines. The first one is a CE above line. That is, if the price sustains above this line, we go long. There is a safe entry minimal stop loss line, which is the safest entry, or if people are scared, they can take a stop loss there. But that's typically midpoint. And then we have a PE below level. So we draw these three levels basis the previous day's market conditions. So once the markets close at 3:30, we decide on what the CE above level is going to be and what the PE below level is going to be. This, like I was mentioning, is basis the previous day's operations in the market. We decide on two levels, and the way the strategy works is that if the price opens on the top, in all likelihood, that is, if it gaps up, in all likelihood, it's going to come into the zone and then go up from here. At times, it is going to gap up, just touch these levels and go. Very, very, very rarely, it is going to come, go down, 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 all the way down. Very, very rarely, but there's a possibility that one of these three happens. And if the market gaps up, that is, if it gaps up, like I was mentioning, it'll come into the zone and go up, or it'll come here and then go this way, or it could go all the way down. We'll explain each one of these scenarios in detail. Now, if the market gaps down, then in all likelihood, it is going to come into the zone and then go down, or it's going to come touch the zone and go down. In a very, very, very rare scenario, it is going to go all the way up. We will track all these three scenarios and then plan on what we should do with regards to our trade. Of course, I'm going to show you how this is worked today, and we'll also have some videos uploaded to show you what happened in the past. Now that we understood how the three levels work, the C above, safe entry, and P below, let's look at what happened at Sensex. Before that, let me show you the levels that we've marked on Sensex. And like I was mentioning earlier, these are basis the previous day, that is Thursday's closure, and then we get these levels. These were the levels on Sensex that we had. It was 75 197 and above, and it's going to be a rocket, and the safe entry would have been at 74 870. Of course, the price never came there, so we took an entry as soon as the price crossed 75,197. Similarly, on Bank Nifty, we have levels at the C above is 49 368 and the safe entry was 49 136 with a stop loss being 48 907. And on Nifty, it was 22 865, 22 767, and 22 669. These were the levels. And if you look at the stop loss, I think in Nifty we had a 193 point stop loss. Of course, we don't need to worry because we rarely hit a stop loss. It has not even come to the minimal safe entry level, so you're absolutely safe. You don't need to worry. Even if the stop loss is higher, it is because of action that happened in the previous day. When the index moves at 200 points, obviously there's going to be a certain amount of stop loss. Yesterday, I think it was about 280 points between high and low. So this kind of volatile situations call for bigger stop losses. Otherwise, we don't have. It is 270 point yesterday, and hence stop loss higher. Usually, it is not the case, but yeah, it so happened that yesterday it was. And Bank Nifty had a stop loss of about 458 points. But of course, there was a safe entry point in between. That is where you would enter, or you'll just wait for the price to kick outside the green box, and when it starts going outside the green box is when you enter with your stop loss being at the safe level. Or if you're okay to take a risk, then this becomes the stop loss, which is slightly higher. On Sensex, that was the safest, and because it was expiry today, all our focus was on taking a Sensex trade. It was 660 points overall, but it is the entry is not even come to the safe entry, so we don't need to worry. Once the price crosses this becomes your stop loss, which rarely hits, like I was mentioning. So we'll go deeper and see what happened at Sensex. Then we'll go into Bank Nifty and we'll go into Nifty. Okay, so let's see what happened in Sensex. First candle kicked outside the CE above level and straight goes to our first target, which is at 75,553, and price sustained above that. So we target the second one, which is slightly higher on the target, which is 76,135, and then the final target, which is 76,695. So this is what happens. You get an entry here, goes to the first target, and then from there on to the second target, and from there on to the third target. This is as simple as that. So the stop loss is never hit. You start here and you start going here, and once you get here, you trail the stop loss. You can either book your profits here if that's more than sufficient, or enter once again here, hold on until it reaches here. Very, very, very rarely it's going to hit a stop loss, so you don't need to worry. Once it gets here, you could have a stop loss. I leave the stop loss to you. You could decide on how you want the stop loss to be. Of course, I'm also going to show you sometime soon on how the option has worked on this piece. And finally, at about 255, it hits your target 3, and that's where you exit. Okay, so I got two options out, 75,000 call on Sensex, and I also have 75,500 CE, both of them. And very similar to what we do on the index, we also do it on the option prices. And these are your C above and P below levels. For the 75,000 call, it was 465, stop loss was 212. And similarly for 75,500 call, the CE above was 229, and the stop loss was 95. I hope you can see this here. So look at this. Absolutely no ways of stop loss being hit. Your low is 101, whereas your stop loss level is 95. You enter somewhere on the low or wait for it to cross 229. You sit, and it goes all the way up 1200. 200 to 1200. That's about 6x. Of course, whether you'll stay until the last or no is a choice that you make. But yes, these are levels that keep going. 465 crossed, it went all the way to 1800. Whether you're going to stay until 1800 or no is a choice that you make. Maybe you would exit at 50%, maybe you would exit at 80% or 100%. But we have the Kaizen strategy levels that work for every single index that we've tested, and they work amazing. The best results happen, one, on Bank Nifty, of course, that's standard, but it also does wonders on the instrument that is expiring for the week. I will show you each one of these, and I'll show you some examples that will convince you that the levels work. Okay, for all the Hero Zero fans out there, I got something up for you that will show you what a Hero Zero is, and how you got to catch Hero Zero using the Kaizen strategy. So I picked up an OTM, and I'm sure all of you should be aware by now that the Hero Zero happens sometime after 1 o'clock, and it happens on OTM options only. So I picked up 76,700. That was OTM, and look at what happened. This happens almost every single expiry. You take an OTM which is far out the money, and you wait for it to get into the low zones that you drawn in the morning. In all likelihood, it's going to come there because option premiums are going to melt, and then it would skyrocket. So we had our 76,700 CE. The CE buy above was 36, and 11 was the stop loss. When it came into the zone, look at here, when it came into the zone sometime around 240, it took support here. This was your stop loss. You could have entered anywhere in the zone, and zoom, rocket, 30 to 180. That's your Hero Zero. And yes, uh, Kaizen strategy also captures that. We do not recommend that you explore uh, Hero Zero with Kaizen, but if somebody is curious, somebody is interested, yes, there is a possibility. We've been working on that, and if somebody is interested, there is a possibility. 30 all the way to 180, and it's just 1, 2, 3 candles, 15 minutes. You talk about 5x. That's Hero Zero. Now we move on to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, again, we had our C above, we had our safe zone, and we had our P below. Bank Nifty dipped all the way into the safe zone. It didn't get into the P zone though. It came all the way into the safe zone, and from there, it just rocketed. Target one, it touched target one, came back, it never hit the stop loss. Then went to target two, and from there to target three. Of course, it did a lot of consolidation, which means Monday we're going to get a jackpot, and Monday is going to be BankX. we're going to get a superb jackpot. Just wait and watch for it. Any consolidation all the way from 11:45 to 3:30 would mean a jackpot. And I'm expecting a jackpot on the C side. Get onto this channel sometime by Sunday evening to see the BankX levels and get prepared for Monday morning on the BankX. So this is what happened in Bank Nifty. Now, if we were to go into Nifty, again, we had the same levels, C, and then we had the safe entry. Of course, it never came to the safe entry also because Nifty was bullish right from the morning. And then it went to target one, and then from there on to target two, and to target three. So that's how it works. I could open options for you on Bank Nifty and Nifty, but I don't think it makes any sense at this moment. Let's not extend the video any further than what is required. The whole objective of doing this video was to let you know how the Kaizen strategy works and to show you levels. We'll soon be uploading past videos to give you proof of what happened. Uh, every single day we track Bank Nifty, of course, that's our all-time favorite. But we also track the index that's on expiry. We do BankX on Monday, we do Fin Nifty on Tuesday, we do Bank Nifty on Wednesday, we do Nifty on Thursday, and Sensex on Friday. That's where your jackpots come through. Of course, consistent trades happen on Bank Nifty. And when we give you the levels, we give you C above, we give you P below, we give you C target 1, target 2, and target 3. Okay, we reached the end of the video, and a small reminder, we are a new channel. We just started uploading videos. If you're interested in what you've watched, and of course, if you've listened thus far, means you're interested, please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe. We'll start sharing more levels with you. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.